Artwork in this video was by Mo, commissioned by Meme. Thank you.
Alt. Salve Max Saladin Sule. Eh? A foreigner? You speak common, eh? State your business, stranger. Why do you enter the city of Antil at such a late hour? Traveling back from the capital? From his town? So you are a merchant. Caravan folk. The Prince of Antil has decreed that all traveling merchants must pay 100 gold Angkor tribute, or forfeit all supplies in Antil. That is, unless of course you'd rather come to the local jail. Either open your bags now, or I can open them with you in a cell. Give that here. What's this junk? Do you honestly expect this to cover your tribute? My, now is that any way to greet a visitor to this fine town? And here I thought I was a thief. Loon, you stay right there. Of course. As a matter of fact, why not come here and arrest me? Surely I am a bigger prize than some lowly merchant. Just on your knees. Don't reach for anything. And you stay exactly where you are. All right. Hands out in front of you. Slowly. Don't try anything, assassin. I wouldn't dare. But tell me, Kautak, is this how you imagined your life as a guardsman? Harassing merchants late at night? I mean, you don't seem to have much else to do since I ran the Dark Elves out of these lands. How do you know my name? It doesn't matter. Shut your mouth. You can answer to the prince when... Now, you know, as much as the prince likes to continue bolstering his military, he clearly doesn't spend a lot of time on training. Oh, don't worry. He'll wake up in a few hours with nothing more than a headache. Elves are not used to being knocked out or passing out, so he may be a little confused. Now, what do we have here? Hello, my little traveler. Welcome back to Antil. As you can see, tensions have risen slightly since your last visit. Are you alright? And how was Istalm? That's good to hear. Come on now. Let me repack your things. No trouble. You brought me something? My dear, you are too sweet. Thinking of a dangerous criminal like myself, huh? My goodness. Istalm delight. I used to eat this stuff all the time when I was a child. Oh, and it's my favorite mountain rose flavor. Aren't you just the sweetest thing? No, you didn't have to pay me back for last time. What is a few apples between friends, huh? I mean, it means a lot that you would do this for me. Without entering a storm, this sweet has become quite a rarity. Something else? No, now, you really are spoiling me. I cannot accept... A sun mango. I guess we really are friends now, huh? It's official. I gave you fruit, and you gave me fruit. Well, why don't you come along with me and I'll get you out of here? Trust me, a foreigner in Antil is a bad thing to be at the moment, huh? Just stay close. I know the guard's routes, and there are lots of creatures of the night that help indicate where people are walking. Sometimes you can hear dusk hawks. They circle around and they'll occasionally make a call or a cry. And you can also just hear them walking in the sand, all types of things like that. But most importantly, they stay on routine. Well, I wouldn't say this is all my fault. It's more of an overreaction from the prince. I mean, I was the one who got rid of the dark elf threat that was attacking the city, you know? And once that was taken care of by me, the prince decided to turn his attention to the other problem that was plaguing his town, which was me. Apparently he's still hung up on the royal jewels being stolen. Ridiculous. Even sent out an inquisitor to punish those whom I had donated the jewelry to. Needless to say, it started a small skirmish, and I may have sent the head of the Inquisitorial Commission to the stars, if you understand my meaning. Bad things for good reasons. I couldn't exactly stand by and watch them harass the townsfolk. And so now, Lund the thief is Lund the assassin. I understand if you don't want to be my friend anymore. Well, I'm glad things are turning around for you. It seemed like you really managed to pull it together in the city. Get payments, start getting everything together for yourselves. I wouldn't have come back here if I were you. I would stay in the capital. You wanted to see me? Do I have a fan? No. In a way, I am glad that you did come by, so I can hear about all your great successes. Of course I mean that. You are achieving so much, not just wandering back and forth through the desert, but also turning nothing into something. Look, your bag is full of wares now, full of coin, eh? It all works out in the end. That starving caravan folk I saw, not saying that that's what you are. I mean, you'd need to have a caravan to be a caravan folk, and I get the distinct feeling you don't even have that. Not that I wanted to go into it last time, but, well, I assume if you're heading back to Rantil, you're attempting to leave our great and powerful country. In which case, you probably want to stay over somewhere for the night. Well, it would be impolite for me to not offer you some accommodation. I don't exactly have a apartment or a house or any address that could trace back to me. But I do have a place I am currently staying. No, what do one say? It is not exactly the grand hotels of Estalm. It's actually a catacomb. I know that sounds bad, but Antil has a beautiful and extensive graveyard. And some of the bigger tombs, they have space. So I have been sleeping there. More specifically, I have been sleeping at the Lost Soldier's tomb. They go up in every major city ever since the Monster War, and they leave them. There's no actual bodies in there, if that makes you feel better. Just a big mausoleum for the soldiers who were buried out in the sands. They never got their chance to. Let's not talk about such dark things. But in either case, forgive me, the catacomb itself is spacious. It keeps you away from the freezing cold of the desert nights and the boiling hot of the desert days. And when I am not working, it is a good place to sit and contemplate. Well, elves don't exactly sleep, we trance, but yes, that too. Come on. Don't you want to see it? I have made it my own, without being disrespectful, of course. Nonsense, you wouldn't be intruding. Not any more than I am. Honestly, I think it would be much better for you to take the break, you know? And it is completely safe. No one knows I am there. I am very careful to not be followed. And any, ghouls have been cleared out. You are not familiar? They are like a creature which eats bodies. They live in the desert. They were once people, insatiable hunger. You don't need to worry about that. Just one of the many charming residents of the Istalmi desert. Yes. Well, it is home, isn't it? It's where we feel we belong. So even if the desert is harsh, even if there are beasts and monsters, whip scorpions, vulture harpies, sandworms, we stay. It is our homeland. And I think that's why I feel the need to protect people. Ever since the Monster War, well, the Sun Elves have prided themselves on being open and welcoming to all species, all races. But sometimes I wonder if it was all for nothing. We fought so hard for freedom, independence, to stay away from this awful darkness that was absorbing the world, and then who ends up in charge but wicked people once more? The work of an adventurer is never done, huh? Yes, I agree, it is a nice night for stars. Do you remember what I told you about stars? Yes, exactly. And out here in the desert you see more than anywhere else. Yes, I know that firsthand. Do you think that I have never left this town before? Come on now, I am Lun, great adventurer. I have been all over the map. Maybe not to some of the more dangerous territories, but I went wherever my party went. I adventured, we had fun. Of course, my expertise was tomb raiding here in the desert, but we went to a lot of places. I'm not a young man. I am almost 200 years old. I have lived a life. More of a life than I ever thought I would live. Nothing. I was just always one of those people who assumed I wouldn't make it this long. And I have my doubts I'll make it much further. Oh, come on, no. It's just a joke. Sort of. My lifestyle is dangerous, you know. So don't ever shed a tear if you heard about the assassin Lun being captured. It's a worthy sacrifice to do something that makes me feel worthy. I have struggled for a long time with feeling as if titles were put onto me. An hero, an adventurer, savior. Yes, some people have even said savior. No people you know, but I never felt particularly worthy of those titles. And so, by doing this, by leaving the adventuring behind and becoming the thief and assassin of Antil, and maybe further, I'm trying to earn those titles. I'm trying to become someone that people can look up to in the future and say, my, he really did something. No, not like the great hero of Istalmi. that's more of a story than anything. I think the truth of that is there were a lot of great heroes during the Monster War. But the rest died, and so they focused on the one remaining person and deified them. A statue of gold in the center of town. To me, do you know what that feels like? It feels like a big waste. Consider all the people who could eat food with that gold. All the people who could live indoors instead of on the street. I know that heroes give people hope, but no one needs that much, you see? That much attention, that much focus. How is anyone going to strive to be as great as the great hero? You can't. Because it's not real, it's just a story. People like me, Lun. People like you. We matter because we're real. No one's retelling our story for us and making us seem more powerful, more brave. Can I tell you something? I can promise you, on the day of the final battle, when the great hero of Astan was out there in the thick of it, he was terrified. Now you tell me, is that a great hero? Well, I suppose that is a way of thinking of it. You're right, overcoming fear is a challenge in of itself. Look, the graveyard lies up ahead. Come on, let's have a very spooky sleep. Right? Oh, come now. I'm still funny, huh? Give me a smile. Just a little one. No? Well, you can imagine I'm smiling underneath the shawl. Alright? Now you're asking too many questions, wanting to see what I look like under all this. I am hideously scarred and awful. You wouldn't want to see it. Come along. Let's get you set up for the night.